Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Moletrap here, and today I wanted to show off something cool that I made for my stream, and also give an explanation of it so that I can link people to this video later so they can see how it works. So basically, I made my own viewer minigame for when I live stream my StarCraft watch parties. The idea is pretty simple. Viewers can buy units for whatever faction they want to support, Terran, Protoss, or Zerg, using channel points or tips. And a counter on the screen will keep track of the current amount so you can see what the strength of all the armies are. Now, you have to keep from getting supply blocked in this game by also buying pylons, depots, and overlords, which will actually trigger an animation on the screen with your name to show that you are supporting the team. After an arbitrary amount of time, we'll put all of the redeemed units on the battlefield to fight it out. Usually, this happens when the army sizes have gotten big enough for a decent fight, and in testing, it's usually ended up being about once in the middle of the stream and once at the end. When we get to that point, I go to the map editor on a custom map that I created, and I add all of the units to the battlefield, and then I load it into Brood War to watch them fight it out. Each race will attack both of the others in a free-for-all slaughter until one of them is left standing. And the AI is kind of dumb, so you never quite know how it's going to turn out, but generally the side who has been built up the largest by the viewers is victorious. And the system I made keeps track of everyone who contributed, and they get recognition on the victory screen. And there's even a special shout out to the MVP who contributed the most channel points. So far, it's actually been really fun to see viewers competing to build larger armies, and we've had some pretty epic battles. And by the way, if you don't know, I usually live stream watch parties where we watch old school StarCraft matches together. We talk about the games, esports, whatever comes up. And I do that every Saturday afternoon and Wednesday evening around 5:30 Pacific time, although I might be changing things up a little bit, but just check the video description of this video for the most updated stream schedule. Okay, so that's an overview of what it is. Let me explain some of the details of how it works. So if you aren't aware of it, when you watch a Twitch stream while you're logged in, you slowly gain channel points on any channel that you're watching, or you actually get more points for doing things like following or participating in raid, etc. On my stream, they're called minerals because it's a StarCraft stream. What else you can call the channel points on a StarCraft stream? Streamers can set up menu items that you can redeem with those channel points by clicking on the little icon below the chat box. Usually there are things for the streamer to do, like drink water or say something on the stream, but I've created a back-end system that when you redeem any of the basic units or the buildings, it automatically adds one to a variable in the system and then changes the text on the screen to match. The units cost the same ratio in points as they do in-game minerals. Currently 3 times the amount, but I might change the prices later. Still kind of testing things out. So for now, 300 minerals will get you 1 Zealot, or 2 Marines, or 4 Zerglings. If you try to redeem a unit without enough supply, it won't work. Unfortunately, at the moment, it still takes your channel points, so you have to be careful, but I'm hoping to update it in the future to make sure that you don't waste your points that way. Now, unfortunately, this system only works on Twitch with the Twitch channel points, but if YouTube implements a similar system in the future, I'm going to try to incorporate that too. But there is another way to add units that anyone can do. If people are generous enough to support my stream, I think it's nice to at least repay them with something in the game. So if you want to help me eat at night, or if you just really want to see your race win, you can give a tip to buy some of the higher tier units. Currently, there's a couple units that are pretty cheap, less than a couple bucks. There's a couple medium strength units for a few bucks, and a couple really powerful ones for more. If you use the specific tip amounts as a menu, the system will basically recognize how much you tipped and automatically update the system to show that you added the special unit to that army. Of course, you'll get my sincere gratitude for your support as well. And the stream will show a cool custom alert for that unit, including cinematics for the more expensive units. You can use a tip through Stream Elements, the tip button on the bottom of my page, or in the video description on YouTube, or you can use bits on Twitch, and the system will recognize the same amount either way. You can specify where on the battlefield you want it to go to, like if you want the Archon in front or in the back, or if you want the tank to be facing the Protoss or the Zerg, just let me know in the chat. And if you really want to tip the scales hardcore, you can even buy a hero unit, which are incredibly strong. Unfortunately, the AI doesn't use any of the spells that the hero units have, but they do have a ton of hit points and they smack like a truck and they just look badass in the battle. So you can pick any of them you want. The only rule is no flying units and no permacloaked units. Otherwise, they wouldn't just have an advantage, they would actually be impossible to beat, and that's not fun. You can actually still pick a ghost character, but I'm going to give them 0 mana so they can't cloak. And buying a hero plays a pretty badass custom cinematic scene that I made to make the addition of your hero to the battle more epic.
Oh snap, he did it!
If you subscribe to my Twitch channel or become a member on YouTube or a supporter on Ko-Fi, you can also redeem a tank, a dragoon, or 2 hydralisks in exchange. There's no real way to make that automated like the other ones, so just tell me in chat which one you want and I'll add it to the list manually. So that's how you add units to the battle. So I hope that you all enjoy it if you turn into the live stream. I've actually spent so many hours, like dozens and dozens of hours over the last few weeks, making everything for this, designing the back end and the interface, making all the animations, the victory screen effects, and spending like a third of those hours, like dozens of hours, just getting the stupid custom map to work properly. I had to work through some big puzzles and frustrations to get it working, but it finally paid off and it actually works. So I'm really proud of it. But I would also love feedback. So if you come and play and you have suggestions about how it could be more fun, please let me know. Actually, let me address a couple frequently asked questions and some things that I'm thinking of adding in the future just to kind of preempt that a little bit. No stim, no speed, no siege mode. I just wanted to keep it simple. Unfortunately, upgrades would be too overpowered and they would make it too complicated and also slow to adjust the custom map each time. I wanted to keep it simple and straightforward, so there's no AoE units, there's no spellcasters, there's no air units, etc. Just things that smack or shoot other things. Yeah, so without bogging things down in too many details, basically custom map AI is a little bit broken. So I actually tried almost 100 different iterations of this map with different AI commands, different positions, different setups, different map architecture, different triggers, all kinds of different things. And along the way, I actually tried to ask for help at 2 different major map making communities. So yeah, I probably already tried whatever that you're thinking of. I might try and tweak it a little bit in the future, but my current setup seems to be the best I can possibly get. This still gives us a nice, fun, epic, free-for-all feeling. I've used an app called Leorin Board, which lets you use a graphical interface to design reactions to Twitch, and that can operate the OBS broadcasting software. It can also use logical statements and math too, so you can make complex interactions. So all the graphics on stream I've made with Adobe programs, and I implemented the layouts in OBS, and the interactions with Twitch are all coordinated by Leorin Board. There are a couple features that I still want to implement, but they're not crucial, and I've been spending so much time on this that I need a break, so I'm kind of putting off those upgrades until later. But I am thinking about putting in a system that increases the cost of units when you buy them and then cools down and decreases them over time as a way of incentivizing people to build the army steadily over the course of the stream and not just buying a million Zerglings at the last minute. Not that that has happened already or anything like that. I also am planning on adding a second MVP to the victory screen for the person who gave the most tips, but I've had some major issues with the tipping extension on Leorin Board, getting it to do what I want, and so I'm not even 100% sure it's possible, but assuming it is, it's going to take me a while to figure out, so I haven't done it yet. I also might implement some other scenarios, like boss battles, where everyone has to contribute together to go against a predetermined army, or defend a VIP, or something like that. But those are going to require reworking the entire system, so that's a project for the future also. Okay, so that's it for now. I hope you'll come and play and watch some old school games with us on stream and let me know what you think or any other ideas that you have. And by the way, if you are a streamer or if you know someone who might want help coming up with ideas for a system like this, I'm available for commissions, or I'm happy to point you in the right places and towards the right people to help you make it yourself. Okay, thanks very much for watching. Hope to see you on the stream and hope to see you soon with some more StarCraft. Take care.